Hi Sabrina, it's very nice to meet you. I see that you've been applying for a position as an IS customer service rep. We have certainly a need for that position to be filled as soon as possible. Just to get started, I wondered if you could maybe just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I've been in retail management for many years, selling all different things from hard goods, soft goods, clothing, etc. But my real passion has always been in the IT world. That's what I've been hoping to do. And over the years, I've taken numerous courses and things, but I did get an opportunity to pursue a degree in it. And so that's what I've been working on. In my spare time, I love to spend time with my family, going on walks with the dogs, and most of all, I love for us to get out onto the local lakes and do some trout fishing.
Well, that's a great thing, especially in these times, just to get outdoors. So very nice to hear that. Just going into a conversation, I noticed that you have a history in retail management, and I was just curious about why you decided to pursue IT.
Yeah. So when computers all came about and they were all starting out, it just fascinated me. And so I tinkered and played with them. And over the years, I've kind of become the person known to be doing mobile devices for them, helping them set it up or troubleshooting them, that kind of thing. But I really wanted to elevate that to the next level. And so I've taken a course at Google. I did the IT support specialist there, and now I'm pursuing my degree at Bellevue College.
That's excellent. Customer support aspect of this is very situational, and just wanted to give you a situational type question. So you're at work and you get a call from an employee saying he's locked out. Mm-hmm. What steps would you take to try and resolve the issue?
Well, first of all, the first thing that you need to do is get the customer's name or the employee's name, and you need to look them up in the system. You do want to verify that that employee is actually still employed with the company. That's very, very important. Get ready to document any information that they're going to tell you. Try to figure out what it is that's going wrong, and then you could get in to say, let's say it's an Active Directory problem. You'd have to ask them, what are you locked out of? What kind of thing is it you're locked out of?
That's very relevant. And situationally, let's just say that they're trying to log into their laptop, into their domain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, you've got to make sure that they have the permissions to get in there, that nothing's gone wrong. Something could have been set inappropriately as well. Once you make sure that that's fine, it could be as simple as unlocking it for them and letting them know that they can go back in there and try. And then you might go back and look even deeper into that and make sure that the settings were all the way set correctly for them.
That's all very important steps to take. I know you've been studying. I'm not very much a computer guy, but can you tell me what a router is?
Yeah, so a router could be a big subject and what it can do, but basically what it's going to do is it's a device that can connect multiple devices to the internet. It's how we do that, and then you can also connect devices to devices through that router as well, and that can help with anything from file sharing, or let's say employees want to share different software programs or need to share software programs. They can do that, and that's all done through the router and other things as well. But yeah.
Well, that's an education for me. Thank you, Sabrina. You've worked in retail for some time, and have you ever really had to deal with an upset customer? And if you did, how would, or if you haven't, how did you handle it?
Sure. I think that goes hand in hand. You do have customers that have problems that arise. And I think the number one thing and the most important thing is to really listen to the customer and then from there, you're asking the appropriate questions. You're really digging in and trying to make sure that you understand from their perspective what's going on, empathize with them, and I think by doing that, you can really usually dig down to the bottom of what's going on, and hopefully make that customer happy and get those problems resolved as fast as you can.
Well, I'm going to call you the next time I have a problem, Sabrina. Thank you. Just in your own words, what do you think that you might be able to bring to this company as a new employee?
Well, I think basically my people skills. I've been a manager for many years, but with that, it involves everything from your hiring, training, recruiting, motivating your staff members, and I think dealing with customers and the customer service, which I really consider is like top of mind. You really want to give excellent customer service no matter what. I've always tried to instill that with the people I've worked with. And so I think customers are not just your outside customers, but they're also the people that you work with as well. And so I think that's something I'd have, is that people skills.
Well, thank you for that, Sabrina. Just looking at your application, I see that you previously had earned IT certifications in software testing and even a Google support specialist position. I was just curious, before you went back to college, why did you feel you needed to go back? You already had some of this certified.
Right. So when I pursued those different things, especially the Google one, I did that while I was working full time. And so I did make it through that, and that's all great. But I really felt what it was missing was that hands-on experience. I wanted to not only get more of that, but I also felt like it wasn't necessarily as diverse as it could have been, as far as the different subjects that there could have been.
And when you mentioned diversity of subjects, can you tell me some of the things that you've been working on this year, or in the years you've been studying at Bellevue?
Sure. Yeah. So going back to school like that, it has different courses of all kinds of things that you're revisiting, from communication skills to my mathematics skills, and really new for me was the networking, because I had not dabbled in that at all.
Well, it's always good to learn something new, and it's never too late. Just moving on, kind of again a situational question. So let's just say you're sitting at your desk, a customer calls with a technical issue that you are not at all familiar with.
Okay.
How do you proceed with that?
Okay, well, again, I think, you're going to start out with that listening skills, and you're going to try to identify the problem, really nail that down, maybe come up with some ideas of what you think it is. You're documenting it along the way, so you know what's going on there. And then one of the things I think that would be really important is to talk to the customer themselves and find out what is the priority for them. Like, is this something that they need right away, or is this something that they would allow me to do a little bit of research? From there, I would probably do some searching through the company's documentation itself, because a lot of times they've already found that issue somewhere else, and it might be able to not only teach me how to do it, but resolve the problem. Might do a little Googling there for somebody. But then I would, make sure I've got that documented. If I did need to escalate that up to the next tier, I would have it already. One of the most important things too is getting back to the customer when you said you were going to do it, and really follow up is so huge. Thank
you for that, Sabrina. Going back just to the technical aspect of things, I know you did study some operating systems. I guess I wondered if you could just talk to me a little bit about the relationship between, like, what they call a shell and a terminal.
Sure. So your terminal is basically a program where you're going to use your keyboard, you're going to type in some information there, and what it does is it sends that off to your shell. And your shell, which is also a program, is going to look and see what it is you're trying to accomplish. What do you need to run? It's going to run it, it's going to execute that, and then it's going to spit it back out, output it back out to that terminal for you.
That's quite accurate and a good actually description. Thank you very much, Sabrina. I'm going to wind it up a little bit here. I just wanted to see, not with respect particularly to this position, but as an IT or an IS customer service rep in any company, what would you consider the qualities that are most important, or the traits or the skills for that role?
Yeah, I think it's very important to have those people skills, but also be able to be very detail oriented, organized, know your technical skills there. And if you don't know your technical skills, willing to learn those technical skills for the company's needs. I think those are all super important. Being able to document, so your communication skills are super important.
Well, Sabrina, it's been very nice to meet you today. I'm sure we will follow up with you in the next few days to see what the next steps might be. I wanted to take the time to say thank you for your interest in our company, and we look forward to being in touch soon.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.